Don't you hate it when you see some new promotional images for an exciting new Marvel Legends Carnage figure, so you excitedly pre-order it and you wait for it to arrive in the mail, and then when it does, you're like, well, that doesn't seem like it's 6 inches tall. That's bigger than the Hulk. How could that even be? I must have made a mistake. And then later in the week, you're at Target and you see on the shelf the exact same Carnage that you thought you were getting, except it's more in the cartoon style and it's actually the size that you were expecting. I hate it when that happens. First, we have Marvel Comics Spider-Man. But it's not Spider-Man, of course it is Carnage, as we can see over here on the side. Carnage, pretty basic packaging. It's 4 and up, so, check yourself when you're in the store. Maybe check your, I don't know if they're IDing for that one. I didn't get carded. Package is pretty standard what we're used to. It's kind of the retro, like, blister pack look on a card. We've got a nice kind of illustration of Carnage right here. There's kind of some designs. It kind of shows you how you snap all of the accessories on, so that'll be fun to see. And then we also can see that it does have a little description in every language, as we are used to. After integrating with the symbiote Venom's offspring, dangerous criminal Cletus Cassidy becomes the ruthless villain Carnage. Well, I think it's time to get him open. He's got little Carnage toes. That's cute. His cute little Carnage toes. Okay. Yeah. Well, in typical kind of Hasbro fashion, yep, joints are a little stiff. This figure feels a little kind of rubbery. Almost. There's a kind of bend to the limbs. That I don't know if it has something to do with like the dye that they use to make him or what. But yeah, he's a little kind of flimsy feeling. I guess that's probably because I'm also touching these things as I bend him around, and they are flimsy. He's got pretty good bend in the chest area. Oh, he can really do some crunches. Oh, we've got another backpack situation here. Okay, so I think we just snap it on like that. I think it looks a lot better than whatever was going on with that droid that we were looking at the other day. But yeah, I like this. I'm digging this. It looks like these are kind of like mounted on like a peg or something. How do they snap on? Well, I don't want to just start ripping chunks off of him. There was a little instruction book, but I crumpled it up and threw it away. Oh, they're hands. They're hands. That was almost a really stupid move, Dad. I got a job at the meat counter. We gotta put both axes on him. Yes, make it so I can pick anything up. In terms of posability and stuff like that, he's got all of the joints that you expect from a kind of Spider-Man character. And I think that actually looks pretty impressive. Let's move on to the big boy. So looking at this box from the outside, we can see that he is, yes, of course, significantly larger. He is a bigger, beefier figure. It's from Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and we can see, but it also has, and this is what really confused me, is that it has the Marvel Legends logo on it. Usually when you see the Legends logo, you can be pretty confident of the scale. There's not a lot, there's a picture of the character here on the side, and then on the back it just, it says Marvel's Carnage, and there's a picture of Venom and Carnage. Wow, those are some like 10 tentacles, though. So this is definitely a figure that already right away we can tell it just comes with more crap. Now, I didn't watch the Venom movies, so I don't know. Maybe he's 12 feet tall maybe he's as big as the Hulk in the movies. He's a giant. He's a giant. It's ridiculous. Like, look at, he's even the way he's standing, he like looks like he's gonna tower over everybody. We have that same flimsy feel on the like hands, especially the fingers, of course, and these little tentacles. But you know, maybe it's just because he's bigger. But the plastic also feels stiffer. He doesn't feel as bendy. Ooh, he's got some cheeks. Look at that. They made sure to give him some cheeks there. Okay, pretty posable. I mean, I got a decent amount. Whoop, we've got some stiffness in the shoulders, the kind of stuff that you come to expect from Hasbro. He's got some good pose. He comes with another head. Do you want to come to play? He's good, Little Carnage does do. Oh, and we got a locked knee. A lot of times with these Marvel figures, they'll bend. See, okay, here's a perfect example. They'll bend at one of their two knee joints. So here, if we look at the left knee, or right, stage left, stage right, it bends at the top anyway, you see. And then over here, when I bend this knee, yeah, it bends at the bottom. And then if I want them to bend the other way, I usually either have to give them quite a bit of torque, or pro tip, if for whatever reason you care enough about action figures that you have found this channel and are watching it, but you don't know this, heat up your action figures. If a joint is stiff, just, you know, hit it with a hairdryer for a few, about 30 seconds or so, or just run it under some hot water, and loosen it up, and that'll help. So, oh my goodness, I want to see this crazy tongue in action. Ooh, I already like it. That looks cool. That looks really cool. He's got a little bit of a... Gross. Since I made that sound effect, can I tag this ASMR or whatever? People, I can monetize that, right? Is that what people want? I really hope that there's a subset of of that group that really likes gross, like Gollum sounds. All right. Well, I entertain myself. Wow, look at those blades. That is that's cool, man. I gotta say, like, when I saw how big this figure was, I almost returned him to Big Bad Toy Store, because I was like, you know, I collect 112 scale, and this dude is huge. But I'm so happy that I didn't do that. I'm so happy that I opened him up. I saved him for this video and I opened him up, because he looks great. And then he's got these big guys. Are these also hands? Okay, so they're tentacles, which I think was pretty obvious. And he's got spots on the back for that kind of stuff. Of course he does. Let's pop in his psychotic tentacles. I bet you as soon as I start bending these tentacles, they're gonna pop out of the back. But we're gonna. Whoop. The tentacles are bendy. You know, I'm always a little nervous. It's chaos. It's like some sort of uncontrolled madness. It's almost like some sort of just like bloodshed or something. It's like total, I'm trying to think of the word. It's like total it's like if there was just absolute bloody chaos. I don't know what you'd call that, but that's what it feels like in here. The tentacles, they're fun. They're not super handy. They're not super great to use. And of course, see, look, all I'm trying to do is bend them around to the front. You know, because that's what you want them to do. You want them to feel like they're reaching out from behind him. And they they have a lot of distance back before they go forward. It would have been nice if they were maybe jointed, you know, ball jointed at the base of them, so that they could maybe swing or bend on a hinge before they had to actually, you know, bend with wire. It's hard for him to balance, but you know, he's got a lot of back weight.
Never speak to me of my son again. Well, my name is Carnage, and I'm here to set Cassidy and symbiote, evil's better that way. Streets tremble, people flee, and we be ripping a bomb. Spider-Man plus Venom, it's like sassy plus strong. Enter Little Carnage, he's Big Carnage's little bro. Same red hue, red hair, red chaos, they sew. Together they fight, no match for their might. Two terrors at night, you'll sew your shorts ending up in their sights. Unleashed in a 90s rampage, Carnage and Carnage turning every page. These boys display pre-9/11, hyper-violent, cool, and freaking out the parents and the pastors and the schools. Maximum Carnage, a twisted alliance called Carnage and Carnage, specializing in violence. Times change, things like Tipper Gore and VHS tapes, they all faded away like forgotten capes. Maximum Carnage, Sega Genesis game, wasn't allowed in my house, Tipper Gore's to blame. Fear-mongered on the title, didn't like the name. They said it's just like Mortal Kombat, I said, but Mom, it's not the same. She said it doesn't matter, Carnage means Gore, and Spider-Man went back to the video store. Maximum Carnage, a twisted alliance called Carnage and Carnage, specializing in violence. Times change, things like Tipper Gore and VHS tapes, they all faded away like forgotten capes. Through the city they creep, a duo of doom. Carnage and Carnage bringing impending gloom. Gaming world controversy, violence took flight, but these brothers in red still burning so bright. The 90s nostalgia, a memory we share. Carnage and Carnage, forever rare. Two of a kind, in chaos they bind. Carnage and Carnage, gonna kick your behind. Forever remember, their rapacious spree. In the Marvel universe, they'll forever be Maximum Carnage, on the twisted alliance called Carnage and Carnage, specializing in violence.